Imagine a country where you can't use the internet freely, where you can't travel without government permission, and where even the haircut you choose could determine your fate. Welcome to North Korea, the most secretive, unpredictable, and mysterious nation on Earth. For decades, the world has wondered what truly happens behind the borders of this closed-off country. Hidden from global view, North Korea is a place of extreme contrasts, a nation that projects strength but hides its struggles, where loyalty is mandatory and fear is an everyday companion. Let's step inside the walls of this mysterious land and uncover the shocking realities that few outsiders have ever seen. North Korea, officially called the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, or DPRK, was born after World War II when the Korean peninsula was divided. The North, supported by the Soviet Union, took a completely different path from the South, which was backed by the United States. Since then, this country has become a living time capsule, frozen in an era of dictatorship, propaganda, and absolute control. The nation is ruled by one of the most powerful family dynasties in modern history, the Kim family. Kim Il-sung founded the country in 1948. His son, Kim Jong-il, took over in 1994, and now Kim Jong-un continues the dynasty. The Kim family isn't just political leaders. In North Korea, they are treated like gods. Statues of them stand in every city. Every citizen must bow before their images. Even the calendars in North Korea are based on Kim Il-sung's birth year, not on the standard Gregorian calendar the rest of the world uses. In North Korea, time itself revolves around one man. One of the strangest things about this country is how isolated it is from the rest of the world. Almost no one is allowed to enter, and almost no one is allowed to leave. For most citizens, the concept of foreign travel is something they only see in propaganda films. Their access to the internet is almost zero. Instead, they have something called Kwangmyong, a closed national intranet controlled entirely by the government. It's like the internet, but everything you see is written by the regime. You can't choose what to watch, what to read, or even what to believe, because the government chooses for you. Every TV, radio, and newspaper in North Korea broadcasts only one message: that their leaders are perfect, and that their nation is superior to all others. Children grow up learning songs about their leader's greatness. School books describe Kim Il-sung as a hero who single-handedly defeated the Japanese and Americans. This constant flow of propaganda creates a parallel reality where truth no longer exists, only loyalty. And loyalty isn't optional. Every North Korean is placed into a social class system called songbun. Your songbun depends on how loyal your family has been to the regime over generations. If your ancestors fought with Kim Il-sung, you're considered core class, trusted and respected. But if someone in your family opposed the government decades ago, you could be punished today. That's how deep control runs. People in the core class get better food, homes, and opportunities. Those in the hostile class live in poverty and are often sent to labor camps, brutal places where survival itself becomes uncertain. It's estimated that over 100,000 people are imprisoned in these camps, enduring forced labor, hunger, and torture, sometimes for crimes as simple as criticizing the government or listening to foreign radio. Yes, in North Korea, listening to foreign radio can get you executed. Even the way people dress or cut their hair is regulated. There are only about 28 approved hairstyles for men and women. Western-style haircuts are forbidden. Blue jeans are banned too, because they're seen as a symbol of American influence. Everything, from music to movies to clothes, must reflect Korean socialism. Anything that seems too Western, too modern, or too independent is considered a threat. Tourism in North Korea is another strange story. While very few tourists are allowed in, those who visit experience a world that feels completely artificial. Every visitor is assigned government guides who never leave their side. These guides decide where you go, what you see, and even what you take pictures of. The cities shown to tourists are spotless, with smiling citizens waving flags. But step beyond those carefully arranged streets, and you'll find towns struggling with poverty and food shortages. This illusion is designed to convince the world that North Korea is thriving, while millions silently suffer. In 1990, a massive famine hit the country after the collapse of the Soviet Union. The regime refused to accept international aid at first, insisting that everything was under control. But it wasn't. Estimates suggest that over 2 million people died from starvation. Despite the tragedy, the government kept its iron grip, blaming external enemies instead of its own failures. Fear is the most powerful weapon the regime uses. Every citizen knows that the government is always watching. Phones are tapped. Neighbors report on each other. Even children are trained to spy on their parents. Speaking out is not bravery, it's suicide. And yet, despite all this, life goes on. People still laugh, marry, celebrate birthdays, and hope for a better future, even in a place where freedom doesn't exist. Kim Jong-un, the current leader, has continued the same tradition of isolation, but with new layers of unpredictability. His secretive lifestyle, mysterious health issues, and sudden public disappearances constantly fuel rumors around the world. One moment he's meeting world leaders like Donald Trump in Singapore, and the next, he vanishes from public view for weeks, leading to speculation that he's ill or worse. But then he reappears, smiling, confident, and very much in control. The country's military-first policy ensures that North Korea spends enormous amounts on weapons and nuclear programs, despite severe poverty among its people. While the rest of the world sees nuclear weapons as a threat, inside North Korea, they're portrayed as a symbol of pride, proof that their nation stands tall against global enemies. But not everything is as hopeless as it seems. In recent years, more defectors have escaped across the Chinese border, bringing stories that give the outside world glimpses of the truth. They tell of hidden black markets where citizens secretly trade food, clothes, and even USB drives containing foreign movies and music. For many, this underground economy is the only way to survive. Watching a Hollywood movie or a South Korean drama is illegal, yet these small acts of rebellion are spreading fast. In a land of silence, a whisper of freedom is growing louder every day. Defectors describe the shock they feel when they see the outside world for the first time. Cities full of light, shelves packed with food, people speaking freely. Imagine discovering that everything you've ever been told about the world was a lie. That's the emotional earthquake every North Korean defector experiences. The regime tries its best to prevent this. Borders are tightly controlled, with guards ordered to shoot anyone trying to escape. Families of defectors are punished harshly, sometimes killed, to discourage others from fleeing. But even so, some still risk everything for a taste of freedom. There's also something eerie about the way Pyongyang, the capital city, looks from above. At night, when you see satellite images of the Korean peninsula, South Korea glows with light, cities shining bright like constellations. But North Korea? It's almost completely dark except for a faint glow around Pyongyang. It's a haunting image that perfectly symbolizes the reality of this country, a land shrouded in darkness, both literal and metaphorical. Propaganda fills the airwaves, giant parades show off the military, and citizens cheer for their leader as if their lives depend on it. Because they do. The image of unity is carefully crafted, but beneath it lies fear, hunger, and silence. The Kim dynasty has managed to survive 3 generations, not through love or democracy, but through control, myth, and fear. To the outside world, North Korea is a curiosity. To those inside, it's a cage they're born into. But despite everything, despite isolation, fear, and endless control, the human spirit never fully breaks. Smuggled USB drives spread forbidden knowledge. Whispered conversations share forbidden dreams. And somewhere deep inside, the idea of freedom is growing, waiting for the day when the walls finally fall. Until that day comes, North Korea will remain one of the world's greatest mysteries, a nation that exists in the shadows of history, guarded by secrets, surrounded by myths, and ruled by fear. And now you've seen a glimpse inside a place few ever will. If you found this story fascinating, subscribe to the channel for more hidden truths, shocking world facts, and deep dives into mysterious places around the globe. There's a lot more the world doesn't want you to know, and we're here to uncover it all.